So when I was playing Killer just a little bit ago and I got Dead Dog Saloon and I had to break every single door on that map, that gave me an idea. What does every Killer breakable wall animation look like? So I put myself in a custom game and had my friends Bot Yui and Bot Dwight help me out with putting them all together. So here is my list for ranking every breakable wall animation in Dead by Daylight from worst to best. So let's just jump right into this. So of course we are going to start off with the unfortunate 11 killers that all have the same breaking animation. These are Trapper, Wraith, Myers, Doctor, Bubba, Pig, Clown, Legion, Ghostface, Executioner, and Houndmaster, which really surprised me considering how new she is. All these animations aren't bad, but it's just them kicking the door, which we see already in stuff like the palettes, and don't do anything unique with it, so they're all the way at the bottom, unfortunately. The next couple of characters all kind of share the same thing about them, and it's just that they use their weapon, but don't really have much style to it. Hag just kind of hits the door, being really fragile with it. Huntress cuts down the door with the axe, which is pretty cool, but there's just nothing else to it. Hillbilly does this very smooth animation with his hammer, which is really cool, and actually kind of surprised me because I've never seen this before, and I'm really wondering why out of the original three he has a different animation. Plague hits it with her incense very elegantly, exactly how I figured she would. Demo just claws at the door like he does, but more animalistically than Hag, which makes it look so much cooler. Blight hits it with his old man cane, and even the way he grabs it with two hands makes him really look old. Trickster hits the door with his bat very smoothly, and it looks actually really nice. Deathslinger uses the back of his gun, which looks super smooth and really cool, and really sets in stone this character, for me I think. Twins' weapon gets stuck in the door as she tries to pull it out, which I think is a really cool touch, and gives this animation a lot more depth, and the way that it kind of just crumbles is actually really funny to me. Singularity pushes through it, but for some reason I think it just looks a little clunky to me. But maybe that's exactly what they were going for, since this is already a spasmatic robot. Knight glides his long sword through it like the door wasn't even there in the first place, and it looks really cool. Dredge also pushes the door, but he puts a lot more effort and strength into it, which looks very nice. Unknown, while just hitting it with his weapon like the others below him, has this very special charm where he just kind of throws his whole body into it and gives it so much effort to break it in a very swift motion. Skull Merchant puts a whole bunch of effort to swing her claw through the door, which actually does look pretty cool for it being Skull Merchant. Artist very elegantly glides her ink hand side to side on the door, which is actually really smooth when you're playing and looks very unique. Ghoul uses his tentacles to break the door, but the subtlety of him holding his hand like he's controlling the tentacles actually looks really nice. Spirit is next, and the way she cuts the door and it leaves marks is a super nice touch and gives this character so much flavor. Wesker uses the Ouroboros, or the Ouroboros, however you say it, in a very effortless way, and the way it glides over and the knife falling back into his hands afterwards looks super good. So now we get into the top 10, where these characters all have something unique about them and don't really use their powers too much, but mainly something like magical or something like that. Starting off we have Freddy. Now he doesn't really use any special ability, but the way he uses the claw on the door and the sound it makes is 10 times better. Take a listen for yourself. Alien uses their claws to grip onto the door and then actually pushes through it completely, appearing on the other side of the door, unlike the rest of the cast, where they just kind of stand on the same side, making this one super unique. Chucky gets on the door and stabs it a couple of times before falling basically on his face and then standing up again. It's really funny and actually really unique as well. Oni just doesn't care and punches the door down in 2 hits like it wasn't even there in the first place, which I think actually fits his character super well. Nemesis, unfortunately, I couldn't get any clips myself since as of making this video, he is currently kill switched, so I had to take it from this video that I found, so complete credit to Cyrex, I think. I'm sorry if I said that name incorrectly. This is very similar to Oni's, who he just takes one entire punch to get the door down, which is very funny in my opinion and is super cool looking. Also, I'm of the belief that he should just walk through it. I think that would be really funny. Nurse uses her powers to take down the door without even touching it, which I'm sure you'd never seen this animation because you never break walls as Nurse, which makes this even better. Pinhead breaks the door down with his chains and then swipes them away with a super fluent motion, which looks so smooth and unique looking. Dracula has the same thing as Nurse, but he puts a lot more effort into it, powering it up in his fist first and then releasing a powerful force to the door. Onryo is like Dracula, but the wind-up she has to then push out a bunch of anger really fast on the door, disintegrating it, is really fascinating and is super unique. And for number 1, the best breaking animation in the game is by far Vecna. The way he just snaps it away like it shouldn't have even been there in the first place and is definitely getting in his way is super unique and makes him so imposing and threatening. And the way he does it just so effortlessly adds so much character to this guy. So that's my list of Killer's breakable wall animations ranked worst to best. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know your opinions and thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to read them. Also hit that subscribe button to keep up with my videos. Have a good rest of your day or night, and take care guys.